Yo, what is up guys, it's Fabi here and welcome back to another video. Today I will be making my UFC 290 predictions with the twist at the end, I will say. Okay, first fight of the day. Not first fight of the main card we have here. We have Mr. Bo Nickal versus Val Woodburn. Obviously Val Woodburn just got replaced as a last minute notice, but I think this is going to be an amazing fight. As we can see over here, Bo Nickal 4-0, hype all around, you know, the Wonder Kid coming in, trying to be the next McGregor, trying to be the next Chimaev. As we can see, a record 4-0, other record 7-0. I know Val Woodburn has 5 knockouts in 7 fights. The height difference is absolutely crazy though, 6'1" to 5'8". As you can see in this picture right here at the stare downs at the press conference, a lot of height for Bo Nickal, and I think that's gonna go in his favor a lot. In this case, I have Bo Nickal probably in the first round. I like Val's record 7-0, but I don't think he's UFC ready. He's making his UFC debut against the Beast. Even though I don't think Bo Nickal is as good as everyone thinks he is, I still think he's gonna win this fight, and I think it's gonna be pretty easy. I think he's scared of of hitting. He's gonna just take it to the ground, do what he's good at. He's a D1 athlete, awards everywhere in that rank. Done it for 20 years now, so Bo Nickal's gonna take this one, and I think that's gonna do it pretty easy. Jalen Turner versus Dan the Hangman Hooker. This fight right here is pretty even. I did not know Dan Hooker dyed his hair and got tattoos on his feet. He looks very different. As from what I've seen from Jalen Turner, not very impressed in his fighting style. He has a pretty pretty basic fighting style. Dan Hooker knows how to take some hits and pretty basic also. Comparing these two, I think Dan Hooker might win. It's pretty even. I think this is a fight that might go all 5 rounds, unless Dan Hooker comes out with the smoke. But I think this fight might go all 5 rounds, and Dan Hooker will win by decision. That is my prediction. Hooker by decision. I think the Aussie has come out to win, except one fight. But this is my prediction: Dan Hooker in round 5 by decision. Robert Whitaker versus Dricus Du Plessis. Robert Whitaker, probably one of the best middleweights of all time, next to Adesanya and Silva. But I like Robert Whitaker a lot, the Reaper. You know, he's never lost in the last 10 years, unless it was Israel Adesanya. On the other side, we got upcomer contender Dricus Du Plessis, the South African. Pretty good, has some explosive hands. You know, I tend to see that he gets a little tired a lot, but you know, Dricus Du Plessis is coming up, trying to prove something. Record 19-2, pretty badass record. Robert Whitaker would be 25-4 if it wasn't for Israel Adesanya. Hasn't lost in 10 years, like I said. Height is there, the weight is probably gonna be the same. The reach, Dricus Du Plessis does have a little bit more reach, but Robert Whitaker is just technically there. He's one of the best of all time in middleweight. I think Robert Whitaker takes this fight. I don't think it's going to be an easy fight, but I think Robert Whitaker does take this fight. Let's say I say this fight goes all 5 rounds, but it's going to be a badass fight. I think it might be close. I think it might be a 3-2 fight. So 3 rounds to Robert Whitaker and 2 fights to Dricus Du Plessis. But I do have Robert Whitaker winning this fight. Here we go. Co-main event of the evening. We got Brandon Moreno versus Alexandre Pantoja. Brandon Moreno, probably one of the fighters that I've seen from the very beginning. You know, his record doesn't, you know, it's not a bad record. It's not a amazing record, as you could say, but it's a record that's there. He is a champion. He won Figueiredo 2 times, tied once, and you got Alexandre Pantoja, a guy that has won him 2 times and once in the UFC, once in the Tough House. So I think this fight is amazing. I think this fight will prove if Brandon Moreno actually deserves to be champion. He won Kai Kara France. The fight was very, very close. He won Figueiredo, but now he is going up against someone that has won him twice, has 2 over him. It's like the Izzy situation, but only has 2. Izzy had 3 above him with Pereira. Brandon has only 2. So we'll see. I think Brandon Moreno has evolved a lot as a fighter. You know, a lot of people doubt him, his fighting style, but I think his fighting style is amazing. He has evolved a lot. He has matured a lot in his fighting style. I think Alexandre Pantoja has evolved also, but I think Brandon's evolution is just greater all around. So I have Brandon Moreno Third round knockout. I think Alexander Pantoja will be able to keep up with this pace, and Brandon Moreno will knock him out in the third round. That is my prediction. Pantoja's been talking all this talk, but I don't think that he can back it up, honestly. I think Brandon Moreno he's coming into this with a very calm mindset, and I think Brandon Moreno will win this fight in the third round by knockout or submission. Most likely, I think this fight will go at a knockout. I think Pantoja will. If he wants to go to the ground, Brandon Moreno is not going to want to go to the ground. He's going to get up super fast, so yeah. And now, the main event of the evening. Alexander the Great Volkanovski versus Yair El Pantera Rodriguez. Guys, when I say I've been waiting for this fight since I was a little kid, I've been waiting for this fight since I was a little kid. Yair Rodriguez, my favorite fighter of all time, versus Alexander Volkanovski, probably debatably one of the best featherweights of all time. Guys, this fight is very, very hard to predict, in my opinion. Some people may think it's super easy. Volkanovski has got this. He's going to sweep it. But I think Yair Rodriguez will win this fight, and it will be in under 3 rounds. Alex Volkanovski has not fought anyone like Yair Rodriguez, even though Yair Rodriguez has lost against people like Max Holloway and Frankie Edgar. I think he has evolved since he has lost since Frankie Edgar, and Yair will win this fight within 2 or 3 rounds by knockout. I think Yair's style is a perfect matchup for Volkanovski. I think it's a perfect toxin for Volkanovski. I think Volkanovski will get absolutely stunned by what he's facing in front of him. Even though Yair leaves his head open a lot, and Volkanovski, I don't think Volkanovski has any knockout power, and Yair does. You know, Yair is very unpredictable on the feet. If it goes to the ground, we could say Volkanovski could just ground and pound, but I think Yair Rodriguez has evolved since his beating from Frankie Edgar and won't let that happen again. So I have this round. I have Yair staying as champion. Viva Mexico. And he is going to win in the second or third round. Max 3 rounds, Yair wins. Body shots, leg shots, it will absolutely destroy Alexander Volkanovski. The height difference is there. You know, it was there with Holloway, but Holloway is absolutely different. He struggled against a guy like Brian Ortega, but you know, I think Yair Rodriguez has evolved a lot as a fighter, especially from here and his last fight. I think the way he has handled his camp is amazing. You know, he looks like he's in absolute great shape. Volkanovski, I know he's a very disciplined fighter, a very driven fighter, and I think he will pose a threat to Yair, but I don't think he will get the win. So I do think Yair Rodriguez will take this, and he and Brandon will be the champions, and there will be 3 champions of the UFC by the end of Sunday. Alexa Grasso, Brandon Moreno, and Yair Rodriguez. I think Volkanovski's on the downhill right now. He just lost against Makhachev. Let's see if he can prove to all of us that he is one of the best featherweights of all time, or if Yair Rodriguez is just an upcoming featherweight looking to get the title. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I did say there was a little twist at the end. If I don't get 3 out of the 5 fights right, I will be doing a challenge. You know, I've been thinking of what challenge to do. I think I might do a eating a hot noodles challenge, and you know, having my friends there with me, and maybe we'll see what happens. You know, I'll think of a challenge, and that's the most likely possibility of a challenge if I do lose this, which I don't think I will. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification button. Make sure to follow my Twitch. I will be streaming Spider-Man soon. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace.